By far one of the worst parts about my Viper was this back left rim. The curb rash here from the previous owner is almost completely around. It's like 75% of the rim has some significant curb damage. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and polish that up, sand some of these scratches out, and hopefully polish it up to make it look a lot better than it is. I know it's not gonna be perfect, but we'll see what we can do. Just like every other curb rash video you've seen, you got to tape off basically everything you don't want to scuff up, right? So I'm just leaving this edge exposed just for the damage that I'm going to try and hit first for our purposes. And I still have a huge amount left on this wheel, but I think this will be a good section to see a before and after. So let's get to it. There's a fine line, and I think I'm right there, where if you check out this section, I've removed a pretty significant amount of material in here, and only the deepest gouges are left. And I believe when I polish this up, you actually won't even be able to really tell that those are there, unless you're right next to it. But just for contrast, here's what it looked like before and after. So that's just hitting it with one time with 600 grit. That seems like the process I'm gonna go is I'm gonna hit it with 600 and then step up the sandpaper from there, and then end up just polishing it. I know it's not gonna be 100% match with the chrome, but I'm hoping it's close enough that you won't be able to tell that I hit it. So good progress so far. All right, got done with my first pass of 600 grit. I hit all of it, and I'm trying to get the light. You can see the really deep stuff is still in there. But there's not much you can do without filler, so I'm gonna go ahead and just start stepping up the sandpaper and go ahead and bring this back to a polish and see how it looks afterwards. I think unless you're right next to the wheel, I don't think you're gonna be able to pick up those little nicks that are left. So let's get going. Here we are. I did the 600, 1000, 1200, and then I just finished up with 2000 grit sandpaper. That looks a million times better. So now I'm just gonna go get my polish, polish up this lip. I don't think I can just take off the tape for that. But yeah, we'll see how this thing turns out. I think it's gonna look way better. So here is the finished product. These things turned out way better than I thought they would have. Only the most severe curb rash can still be seen up close. From 5 feet away, these things look absolutely perfect. So again, I'm really happy with how these turned out. I would say these are at least 9 out of 10s. Saved myself a couple $100 from having to buy new ones, and having to deal with dismounting all these tires and dicking around with that. But yeah, they turned out great. Let's see if we can find the very worst part. It's right here, and I can feel it with my finger. This is I'll have a before and after of what this section looked like before, but it's blended in a lot better. And overall, I mean, this process with these polished aluminum wheels, they came out really good.